Action. Okay. So, uh, I think I've explained the word three before already. The the three things that is very very important in math photography. Can you give me the camera? Let me show you. So, just give me the whole camera. Thank you. Very good. So, can you move closer to me? I was saying that the other part of this thing that we can do, we can use auto. We can use all this S or this program, PS program. We can use all this another auto as well. It's nice thing. But the only thing that is going to happen is that when you are changing all this tab, the camera gets to take control. Do you get? The camera tends to what? To get control over. Can you see? It's bringing out flash. In the daylight, it's giving us flash. You know, it tends to get control. For manual photography, you are in charge. Do you get? And that is where you want to like be. Because manual photography, there's the creative side. I want to be creative. How can you be creative if everything that is there, they are deciding for you? You get that kind of stuff. So that's why we're like, okay, let us do like a recap about this for manual photography. And what does it entail? What is really happening? How can you have control over your camera, over your what's your picture that's coming out? So you can sit down back. I'll just explain. I'll write some things down. So where's the cover? All right. Let the camera still be with you. So, so just like I said that time, I'll say it again. There are three essential things. So like take note under the manner photography. I've already explained show you the whole auto, the program, camera can set, can just make things. You just give you okay, yes. I think you need light. I think you need flash. I think you but you are the one that you know what you need. So that's why you have the three exposure triangle. The what? Three exposure exposure triangle. So these three things they're like a balance. A what? A balance. You know, like some people they say their life is three. It's like a three, like a triangle, and church, and school, and easy home or something like that. Triangle life. So it's not triangle life. It's like the whole balance. So we have our ISO, we have our aperture, and we have our shutter speed. Shutter speed. All right. Are you with me? Okay. Then wait for you to talk to type it. Mhm. We have our ISO, our aperture, and our shutter speed. Okay. All together. Very good. Now, what is the relationship between all these three gives us our exposure, give us our picture. How we try to like navigate these three things, you know, it creates a perfect image for us. Now we can move to understanding. Should we've written all these three? I want to clean it. Okay, very good. So we want to like understand what those three things are doing. I can just put the three by one side, by one corner there, such that you can be taking them one after the other. So now we now move to understanding that three, the exposure triangle. Remember that just put them here. Our ISO, our aperture, and our shutter speed. Have you now? Shutter speed and what? Aperture. How's it going? Very sweet. Okay. How is me? Very good. Now, the first thing is ISO. What's the what's the what's what does ISO entails? I try to like understand what each one of them is what is doing. Understanding what they do will give us the advantage in using the three as a whole in creating a perfect image. If you understand one and you do not understand the rest, you have issue because you won't be able to like create better images. Are you with me? Like, let me tell you an example like that. Yesterday I was with Mr. Kovics. I don't even know Kovics. The name Kovics. No, Kovics. Yeah, literally Kovics. So he was telling me yesterday that it does not. It took him a long time to understand that his aperture, well, is a it has a very great contribution to his details. You bring down the aperture, we still when we get to the aperture, we explain better. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like he will be what happened? Why is he when he use this particular lens, his picture does not get sharp. When he uses this lens, it gets sharp. He does not know that there's something that is happening. You get that kind of stuff. And it's good with photography stuff, but he has not come to the light of that particular element, just one of the elements of those three. So it's giving him issues in creating better images. He's very good better image, but it's giving him issue, stress, struggles. So now, what does ISO does? We cannot shoot in the dark. That's one thing. We can't shoot in the dark. I think there must be a little bit of illumination before you can say you want to shoot. Even where everywhere is that you need like a little spark of illumination. Either it is natural or artificial, right? You're in a place that everywhere is dark. If they on light, it's artificial light now. At least, I mean now, but at least it's giving you some kind of ambient. They call it ambience, right? Ambience, ambience. So that ambience is there. That is small. The ambience that is here is not the ambience that is inside that place, right? Because this place is more shaded than this place. We have more illumination here than that side. I'm trying to get somewhere. Are you with me? Very good. Now, the ambience here, the ISO controls your ambience. It's like a fader. Fader is for music people. Fader is like a knob. It's like a button. So your ISO gets control over your ambience. So just understand that. I've already explained what ambience really means. Like you cannot shoot in the dark, right? So there's a particular amount of light present. The amount of light present at a particular place. That's your ambience, right? So what your ISO does is like what? It controls your what? That ambience. Are you with me at all? Okay. So I told you that ISO is like a feeder. So and it's controlling your what? Your ambience. Are you with me now? So now we make it practical very soon now. So that means if your ambience is not to do much of theory. Let's say your ambience is smaller like this. You also can amplify it. It can what? It can amplify it and make it bigger. As though, and this ambience, this is what the ambience is. Get that kind of stuff. It just amplify it, right? Have you talked through, let's say, a mic before? Your mic amplify your voice. Your voice is still your voice, but through that channel, it became much more louder, right? That's what ISO does. It's like ISO is bringing mic to that small amount of. It does not, but at least a voice must enter. Do you get now? Do you understand the whole concept now? When I'm talking about ambient, just relate it to like that sound stuff I'm saying. If you're holding a mic now, you have to talk first before you pick anything. Before I can say, oh, it's too much or it's not too much, right? I'm still coming there. You got to get all this distortion and all that. Now, when you talk through the mic, the way a weak person will talk, we have a way somebody that is very active, super active, we talk. A weak person can talk. Oh, somebody. Hello, somebody. and it's very hard for you to hear, right? Do you know you can increase the volume of your, have you listened to small, like small voice VN before on your phone? And it's talking very, it's not that audible. You have to increase your ISO, I say ISO, your volume. So I'm trying to like interpret them now. Your volume, so that I can hear very well, right? You increasing your volume does not mean that the voice of that person, whenever you want to speak now, you now be that way. You know that's not going to be possible now. Somebody that talks very gentle. I know, can I see? Because you now increase volume when you're using to his fear. It now means that the next day like that, you just be talking like that and be saying, it's not possible. Same thing with this ISO stuff. That your ambience, you now try to increase the volume, you boost it, you amplify it. Are you with me now? Now let me show you. You can bring the, all right. Yeah, exactly. So the ambience of this place now. So how will you know it? Is you can take down your ISO to 100. Once you can ISO to the like last, sometimes it can be minor. Like one of the comments in the studio, you have to minus L7 minus L3 or something. You get some cameras have minus 25, depending on the kind of camera you are using. But generally, most ISO start from 100. I think that's like some for general this thing minus like 100. Like that's the least. You get that kind of stuff. So with that, you can take note of your ambience, right? The ambience is the available light in a place, and that is what the ISO is trying to like control. Do you get the whole explanation at all? Sha? Do you get this explanation at all? Are you with me? Are you with me, please? Very good. So you can give me the camera. All right. So let's come together. So now, can you see where the ISO is? The ISO is at 4,000. This is at 4,000. So let's take it to what? 100, right? So how do you control your ISO from here? It can be anywhere in your camera. Sometimes you have to press Q. Sometimes you see the ISO here. Sometimes it can be anywhere. So let me take this now here. This is aperture. I'm right. Okay, let's control our ISO. You press this FN. So if you press this one, it's flashing. The one under next F. So once I press F, I can use, can I now move. So we're going to what last ISO here, which is 100, right? So by the time that we snap, we'll be able to like note the amount of, can you see the ambience that the camera is seeing with this setting? You know, we have not touched other setting. You know, there are three. So without touching any other setting from this setting here, this is our amount of light available. So if you want to amplify it, what we are going to use is ISO. So you guys to boost it up. Oh, this is available light here, and I want to take this bag. Let's try taking that bag. Because how dark it is. Now, okay. Oh yeah, let's increase the ISO. Now it is. What if we take it to 800? I just try to take it to 800. Don't forget that our ambient light still remain this. So it's like our ambient light is like a small voice entering. You now increasing your volume on your phone. It's not this making it to be more clearer and more not clearer like that, like more audible for you to hear to decode the message. So we make it more audible for us to hear, so that we can see very so make it more clearer for us to see. You get by pushing what our high ISO. Simple stuff. So now, okay, I'll just give you the camera and you guys will take. So you can take a bag or take something or take me. So we take it to 100 first. We take it. So this is 100. So you take, you can take this back. What's one you can take from this side? You can take me on the board. If you want to go first, you go first. So fine. Yes. It's not so that you should take it to 100 or 800. If from 400, you can see very well. So it is on your choice. Is it clear enough? That's it's still dark. So that means you are still going to push it more to that point that I can see the mm, mm. Is it still clear enough? Can you see very well? You know the ambience falling here. Yeah, you're not seeing this right now. You're not 800, and it's not as why? Because the ambience, now also when we're explaining about program that is about to difference between light and shadow. I used to see the difference now. This one is more shaded because the amount of light that is coming from this side, this window side here, you have more light available. Please. Because you have more light available here than here. Are we together? So that means you will need more before it will reach. You get that kind of stuff. So now, try taking it again. Present the eyes and all of that. Can you see now? So now check it with the previous one. Can you not see the difference now? But you now be shocked that is why sometimes you are shooting an event. You are enjoying it. What did this down? This down. Can't take them outside though. Okay, let me. You just get outside. Like this everywhere. It's too why is your picture white like this? And that's why sometimes you see the photographer telling you that 1 minute, just hold the post. It's a lie. He's trying to change the setting. And one of it is what? The ISO. Inside is using, let's say, it's using ISO of say 800 or 1600 enjoying. It's not outside. Where the ambience is more powerful than the one inside. We are talking about you must understand that ambience, the available light in that place. It's not even in the inside. It's maybe that where they are using is somewhere like chapel of resolution now. That the ceiling is very high. And you're using the speed light. You know speed light now, right? The amount of light as you are shooting boom, your light is bouncing up. The amount of light that is coming down is very little or no light coming down at all. But here that the ceiling is very short. Small like your speed light is going up, it's spreading everywhere. The ISO will change. If you shoot inside that place, that's something you make it and you shoot. Your picture here will be bright. It will be overly they call it overly exposed image. Overly what? Exposed image because there's too much light. They call it overly exposed image. Or when it is too dark, they call it underexposed. Are you with me now? Now, you have known that an of one side is different from another side. Of one location is different from another location. And what is affecting it? The ambience, which is the available light in that place. It's very, very key. Do you get now? So let's give Mr. Listen. So instead of using this side, shoot us this way. You can just shoot us this way. So you can move to the side so that you will not break the camera. Very good. Okay. Can I take it to 100 first? Take it to take the ISO to 100 first. So that is it controlling? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you see how dark it is? All right. Can you see something now? That when you take it, behind us, our face is a kind of dark. Why behind us? There's light. Why? The ambience of that place, of that back, that sky that is showing is more than the amount of. Do you get this now? Okay, yeah. Let's increase this one. Let's see how it goes. Is that illuminated enough? You need more light. Can you see us very well? So if we need to boost it, is it underexposed or overly exposed? You will see it already. We give you extra battery inside. Hey, Mr. Genesis, you can maybe go and get extra battery from Mr. Genesis. We'll give you extra battery. Be very fast so that we can continue. So I'm waiting for you. Very, very fast. So, oh, the battery's down. Battery's down. It's okay? Okay. So, so once we get this one, once and for all, we can fire. Okay. Can you see now? Can you see that it's still shaded? Even at 500. Alright. Now let's show the battery. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay. How is it? Yeah. Can we go there? Let's see. So, what is going to do this? That's where you started from. From here? Okay. 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 So, how about you still increase it more? How is it? 2,500. So, yeah. Can I see? That's where it started from. That is closed. See, this can you see how we are controlling
Light.
the ambience? Can you see now?
Yeah.
Using the our ISO. Now, let me tell you the flip side of ISO. The more you increase, you can see. Let me just write it because of people that they will later pay this thing. All right. Now, the flip side of this thing is that yeah. Ah, all right. Now we get the fact that more ISO. This is what more light. Is that understood? Right. So when you increase your ISO, you have more light. High ISO, more light. Right. ISO of 100 is more light. ISO of 1000 is more light. I mean now, right? You get it. The more the ISO, the more the light. Sweet. The less ISO uncle, less light. So that means once you are, let's say, just someone place and just shoot bright everywhere, light. What you should look for first is, let me see the ambience of this place first. Let me take my ISO to the lowest. Not only that, it's not only that it is 100. It can be minus 100, minus 25, minus 50, minus whatever your camera can reach. Go to the lowest first to see the ambience. Okay, this is the ambience of this place first. Okay, now you can now be increasing your ambience depending on your need. Okay, I think I will need more light. I will need more light. Until you say, oh, it's alright. I'm good. I'm good. But you just go to a place and everywhere is light and now start take the ISO down first to see the condition of that place. Do you get now? Right. Now, the flip side to this ISO thing. More ISO gives us more noise. More ISO gives us what? More noise. Yeah. They call something pixelated noise. So they are pixel. Your picture is like pixel. Square, 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 square. coming together with, and then not form an image. Now it will, when your ISO will magnify this thing. By the time it magnify it, your picture will have less quality. You have what? Less quality. And it will tend to bring out, when you have less quality, you'll be seeing noise in your picture. So you can maybe come and let's show you. That's actually what I'm saying. So by the time that you zoom, so it is when you zoom in, so it is when you can even see it directly. Where is this zoom tab? Where is the zoom tab on this camera? Okay, I've seen it. The zoom tab. Can you see that green? Can you see this green? Like, can you see it?
Okay.
Can you see this green here? I feel like it's zoom. Can you see that green? There'll be much green in your picture. When you have more what? ISO. But at a low ISO, you have less green. You have less green. Let's see. I don't know the ISO of this picture. Let's see if it's bring it. Okay. I don't know the ISO of this picture. All these things are pixel. Just all that come together to form a picture. You get. But when you're at a high ISO, even at this level, you can be seeing plenty noise. Do you get what I'm trying to like say?
Yeah.
What causes it? High ISO. So that means if you try to like conserve your quality, try to go for quality, make sure that you don't tend to increase your ISO so much. Though now we have cameras that even at a very high ISO, you still have your quality, your picture quality. But in a general rule of things is that you try to avoid much ISO. That's why your phone will be telling you that you can sit down and have your camera. That's why your phone will be telling you that increase volume. Can can damage your hair, right? Same with the ISO. The time that you push it up, push it up, push it up, push it up, oh, I want my ambience, I want my ambience. Just the have you had feedback of from a mic before? That ow 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 from mic. If they increase the volume so much, that's it will give them feedback. Because people just do like this, share, and the mic just simply turns towards the speaker side, you just hear feedback. Ah, that's they have boosted it, they have amplified it so much. You get that kind of stuff, but when it's at the middle, it's at the balance. Everything goes smooth, everything goes soft, there's no issue. Do you get now? So that means even as I try to like control having try to like avoid high ISO. And that is why they give it is a exposure triangle, not one. Right? So the other two fader, two knob, two things that I can do to balance the remaining part, right? And that's what will take us to the aperture. Yes, let's go to aperture. Go to aperture. I hope we get the whole story around ISO right. So yeah. So we get use aperture. Aperture. Okay. Aperture. What does aperture does? Okay. Answer the amount of light. Any idea? Okay. Aperture it's like an opening. Like what? An opening that allows light to fall on exposure. On an exposure. So that's the simple way that it's first it comes to my head now. It's like an opening that allows light to fall on an exposure. Now we understand what exposure means. A picture, right? So now when I say opening, in this place is this video here now. You know this window is an opening, right? This door is an opening. That door there is an opening. If I create a hole through this small place, have you got to all those? Have you seen all those public school before that? The fence. Students will create one hole out of that small fence. There's issue. Let's say they are thinking of let's come in. They just go and pass. They just enter through that small hole inside that fence and enter. That hole that is there is not the door, it's not the window. But it's also a hole, right? It's an entrance too. So just liken that thing to the opening entry into your camera. And that's what your aperture is controlling. The amount of opening that you have will determine the amount of control that you give it. I don't know what I'm trying to like say. I don't know if you still get it. I'll still explain further. The amount of opening available will determine the amount of control aperture has. What does that mean? It's telling you that your aperture is linked to your lens. To your what? Your lens. So aperture is linked to your what? To your lens. So that's why every lens they be telling you that the aperture here is so. The aperture here is so. Come and check aperture here now. So they are telling you that your aperture, this lens is 18 to 55. Your aperture at 18, see, they put 3.5 to 18 to, I mean now, 3.5 to 5.6. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Is that at 18, when you zoom it to 18 mm, 18 millimeter, you have your aperture control to 3.5. When you at 55, you have your aperture control to 5.6. That's the limit of the aperture that I can control is 2. No worry, yes, I will explain better. You can sit down. Just get that one coming. Let's agree with you. Very good. Okay. Still on. All right. Oh, let me check if this thing is still running so that it's not be like by the end of the class and after that I did not press record. Okay. We are still on. We're still on. We're still on. All right. Yeah, sorry for that. Though. We have to check it. Are we together? Are we together? Very good. Now, your lens. No, we have not gone there. They call something focal length. Focal length. Focal length is the distance between the camera and the subject is trying to like take, or the object is trying to like take. Are you with me? That's focal length. That's just by the side. That's not the main thing, but so that we can understand what is going on. Are we together? Very sweet. Okay. Let's pause. Yes. To the camera and the subject or the object is trying to like picture. So they ask that what's the focal length of this? And the focal length is linked to your lens. So all this is still lens, right? Uh-huh. So now the focal length of this lens here now, not the camera, of the what? Of the lens. After the what exposure is doing, his own is ambience. We have already understood that. But what this aperture is doing is relating to this lens. That's why you can change it at any time and bring another That's why I'm saying that the amount of opening that you give your camera that is available will be what you give to your aperture to control. Do you get? Now I'm trying to like explain what focal length means because everything they are linked together. Everybody understand. When you understand it, you know what I'm trying to say. Now, this is focal length. What I was showing you the other time. At this thing now, this is 18 mm. Let's come and see what will happen. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. So I can see what happens. Okay. Now we are at 18. Look at where it is 18 millimeter. You take picture there like that. Can you see there? You can see a wide angle, right? It's a wide angle length. By the time that you are at 55, it's like closer. So your focal length is a distance between your camera and the subject. And the camera that we have 200 millimeter. So at 200 millimeter, lens can be bigger than this. Wow. This is 55. And at 55, we have up to what? Up like this. So at 200 millimeter, that means we can even zoom in, and that's what they call it, zoom in and zooming out. It's not zooming out, it's focal length. You're controlling your focal length. So don't go using that like that. Let's zoom in, let's zoom out. Control your focal length now. So that it can, looks superb. Now, if you are using a 200 millimeter, imagine you want to like take, you are taking sport photo, you are doing for sport photography now. Or let's say nature, wildlife photography now. You are not using 18 millimeter focal length. You know you're in trouble. You want to take snake that is crawling on the tree. You'll be at a distance place or lion that is doing you'll be at a distance place. You're going to use a focal length that is very, very long. The relation between you and the subject, what the other are taking, is super close. Even when you are far, but it's super close. It's giving the advantage. Your lens is giving the advantage. That focal length will give you the advantage. So they're like, let's say 250 millimeter now. That means by the time that you zoom in, like control that your focal length and you zoom in, that subject should be very near to you. They will know that where you are is. So those are they call it. Don't worry, we still get to a place where we explain our focal length. You have telephoto lens. Telephoto lens. Also, they use very well in all the sports photography. The photographer, they are in the place. The footballer is inside the field playing, jumping, and boom, they taking. And it's as if he's very close, right? Do you get now? Now I'll explain the relationship between that focal length and your length and your aperture. Now, it's telling me now that when you are at this 55, the aperture available for you that you can control over me stop at 5.6. Stop at what? So once you are at 55, that's one of the cheat codes that many people still don't know. They can't use zoom lens. This normal basic standard is zoom lens. They can't use kit lens. They can't use it anywhere. I mean, I use it. Yeah. Because I understand that I can take it to 18 mm. Though I will have distortion, I'll just take it down to 20 mm. I'll move closer. I'll reduce the aperture. Be shooting. And to be clear. How are you doing it? Don't worry. So now let's see. This is our aperture here. Let's come and check. So we control your aperture. For this one, I think we'll press here. You control it. Let me see. Yes, sir. I'm pressing this place. This plus one. For other camera, it's maybe there another way. But just ask for where is the aperture? This is photo. So you can control by yourself, right? Can you press this one now? I can't take it less than 5.6. Remember, it's not going down less than 5.6. Why? My focal length is at 55, and this lens is telling me that when I'm at 55 millimeter, my aperture cannot be controlled more than 5.6. Just check the lens first. Don't just say, give me an aperture. The lens first. The lens first. We are give you aperture. This is what I gave my aperture. Let's now fresh air come in. Okay, so, thank you. Thank you. So this amount of light this amount of control I'm giving you 5.6. Now let's take it to 18. You notice something now. Let's ask it to answer. Come to this side so that I can see. Can you see it's moving? It's moved to 3.5. Our aperture is can you see it? F as in F. F test. Okay. If I increase, you see, looking at something, as I'm increasing it, can you see something is happening? Each one of them, every focal length has their own limit for this lens new.
What's the only limit of aperture?
Yeah. At 55, I cannot grind. That's it. And that goes a long way in you understanding what is happening. Now let's sit down. Let me continue. Now, you already know that aperture is the opening by which light enters into your camera. But that's not the only it. Your focal length also affects it. Because your focal length will determine the amount of aperture available for you to control. The amount of opening that is available for you to what? To control. Now, for that one is 3.5 and 5.6, right? 3.5 on 18 focal length, 80 mm, and 5.6 at 55 millimeter focal length, right? Now, just since I'm already using opening, just understand that big opening, big opening, big opening, you have more lights. Big opening, you have what? More light. Small opening, try to like simplify it. Less light. Hold together now. Hold together now. Big opening, more light. Small opening, less light. What does it mean? Let's take it together. So that it's not be all it's theory. Oh, yeah. What does big opening means? What does small opening means? This is in decimal. You get. So now 3.5 is a big opening. Are you with me? Because 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. Abi? So they place things into 4 places now. Instead of putting it to 2. So we share this orange, share it into 2. We are sucking it. And now you're not 4. They have to cut it into 4. I'm on a small fragment we are going to get, right? So that means 3.5 is bigger than 11.5 or something like that, or something like that. Get so now 3.5. So that means it's big opening. So we have what? Yes. Okay, let's see together now. 3.5 now. We are 3.5 now. Are we together? Are you with me now? Now let's take it to this same place. Let's just increase it to small opening. Yeah, as you are increasing it, you're having less amount of opening. Less opening. Exactly. Are you together? Do you get it now? By the time you increase it, you're having less opening. When you reduce it, you're having more opening. Do you get one? All right. Are we together, please? Very good. Okay. Now, F8. Let's shoot. Boom. Let's check the difference between the two. Check this and check this. More illumination, less illumination. Let's increase it more. So increasing it. S16.
That means that the higher the aperture, the lesser the
Light. You get now. Why? Because you have less opening of light entering it. No matter the amount of light available. Now I've already explained the abeyance. The camera does not give you a shit. Why? Because the opening that you are allowing it to see, it's like you're opening your eyes. Opening it faintly. You know those movie? You open small and you're seeing something small. And you open your eyes. Wow. The difference is clear. That's just like the way, sha. So do you get the whole logic around it now? The more your aperture, the less the light that will enter. Why? Because the more you increase your aperture, you have less opening. Let's say before it's as big as the door. Now it's as small as a small eye. You get, and it is that small place that the light will able to like try and enter your exposure. And it will not be too much. It will be small, right? I hope it's not echo. It's not echo. All right, just stay with me, okay? Okay. Now let's continue. Now, if you reduce the aperture, you have more light. You get. So that means when you're in place now, you've already control your ISO, your awareness is already 100. I still have more light. You're seeing overly exposed this thing. Your cheat code, it will just run to your aperture. That's what we call the special triangle. Let me handle another this thing. You want to do somewhere for me, coming for you. You just want to your aperture. It just reduce the amount of the light entering. So that you boom sharp. Everywhere you just like this one now, you have much of light entering actually. Everything is this thing you enter, don't worry. This is you have more light here blowing up, blown up, right? So you can just control it, just increasing your aperture. Um, you have a perfect place, boom. You know, yeah. Do you get the whole logic now? So let me take it back to you. And don't forget that by the time you are zooming in and out on this particular lens, you have a particular amount of control that can take you out to aperture two. I took my own to 18. That's why I have 3.5. Don't be at 55 and be elsewhere. Expect it to be at to have on 3.5. Oh, it's not going to be possible. You get, but there's some lens that even at 100 or something, you can still have 3.5. They have special lens for that. They have different lens. That's why people invest in lenses. It's because of aperture. Do you get now? It's because of the aperture. So you can have 105 mm and the aperture is at 1.8, but it's super high, super expensive, very very expensive. It can be 2M, it can be 3M. Just small conclusion. I think it's lens. They know what they are looking for. Do you get now? Now, so you can have it. Okay, you can go first. So don't shoot that place off. Just shoot here. Shoot this side. Yes. Try to shoot. Let's shoot the back that you shoot the other time. Now control your aperture. Just show how light is falling. So you can try to like have like more ISO such that you just use your aperture to control the amount of light entering.
I should increase my ISO.
No. Just play with the aperture now. I think you already have more light. You already have enough light here. So you can try to like make it underexposed or more exposed. You get now. So oh yeah. All right. I'll be fast. You're not controlling your aperture. That's not how you control your aperture. Yeah, control your aperture. Let me see. Sweet, sweet. So we can't snap it now. What you have? Yes, you get more data. Right? So pretend that to reduce it. What's happened? Okay. Super dark. Right? I know the reason why it is becoming darker. Because you have less opening entry. Have you know? Mhm. So if you reduce it as well, you have more light. Just like the same thing. So my other the one is so let me stay here so that this time it'll be easier for you to. So you can just leave a space so that the video will not be blocking the video. Mr. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So you use the aperture to give it more illumination and all of that. Now something happened when we are increasing and decreasing our aperture. You can see that now. Let me explain what is happening. So by the time that we are going to do, by the time that we do the house door stuff, I'm going to use another particular lens. Let's say that there are different lenses dedicated for different aperture. Yes, they call it f-stop. Yes, f-stop. The aperture is in f-stops, so it can be f11, so f13, so f7. I mean now f8, depending. Now something is happening, and what is happening is this. The more the aperture, the more the detail. What I wanted to like say here is that if you want your image to be all focused, all sharp, all true, increase your aperture. So they call it something, they call it depth of field. Depth of field. DOF. Depth of field. I see just only this aperture alone. Look at that what you're trying to like break down. You know, depth of field altogether. Now, this depth of field is two things. We have shallow depth of field, shallow depth of field. And we have deep depth of field. We have shallow what? Shallow depth of field, and we have the deep depth of field. What does this do? What do they mean? When you have shallow depth of field, it means that your aperture is very, very low, and you have a blurry picture. What does the blurry picture mean? Is that your subject is in focused and you have a blurry background. Do you get what I'm trying to like say? You've seen all those pictures like that type of picture before now, right? That's not anti. It's particular lens I'm using. I used 50 mm 1.8 and I was at 2.5. So it picked our face and the background is blurry. Everybody like that kind of picture. You know, they have that kind of effect on all this iPhone and all this our portrait, portrait mode on your phone. You know, they tell you that move closer to your subject. It's not telling you some focal length stuff. Just some focal length stuff now. Move closer so that I can pick the soil very well. To pick you can just stay behind. Some go behind the flower, just like this. So that the flower you just go behind. Like this time. Just pick the subject and the rest you just be blurred out. Sharp. So that kind of situation they call it a shallow what? Depth of, you have a shallow depth of field. But images in which everywhere is focused. Let's try. We try the two now. Mr. This time, yeah. Okay. So we try to achieve deep depth of field and shallow depth of field. So you can come. Let's come here. Okay. Let's turn to this side. Inside you can come in. So we can do it together. So we are trying to like achieve a, and don't forget that we are going to be using your focal length and your aperture together because you cannot separate the two of them. When you have a very high increased focal length, it tends to have more shallow depth of it than when you have less focal length. Are you with me? When you're at 100 mm, you have more depth of field, more shallow depth of field than when you're at 18 mm. You know focal length already now. The distance. So when you're at 200 mm, you have sweet shallow depth of field. Unlike when you are at 18 mm. So at 18 mm, you can literally see everything. Everything is in focus. But at 100, that you have already zoomed in. As you are zooming in, having some kind of shallow depth of field is blowing out some unwanted stuff in your background. You get that kind of stuff. So blending the two plus your aperture together is to give you shallow depth of field. Are you together now? So now, can you see what happened now? Can you see that? It's picture and we are at aperture what? 5.6. You're having some depth of it already. The background is blurred. Now, let me zoom out. Either the door that was blurred before is now present. Everything is now in focused. Unlike this. Come and check, Mr. Look at this picture here now. You have some depth at your back. The doors, they are blurred out. The walls are blurred out. Now this one, the doors, they are not blurred out again. They are there with you. They're standing like soldier man beside you. You can see how this door is sharp. You get that kind of stuff. What happens is that we use both our focal length and the aperture. Do you get now? So at this point, we call this one shadow depth of field. We call this one deep depth of field. Do you understand those two? Do you understand it very well now? Very good. You can sit down. Okay. Okay. Can't wait. Let me check if the recording is still on. Because I don't want to take it again. I don't take just take it once and leave it. Okay, it's still on. Still on. Alright. Hope you are getting this thing, Sha. How you understanding this thing, Sha? Mr. Vijay, do you get this
Yes.
to this point? Hope our is not too hot. You can take more. Alright. Now what is happening? When we are shadow set of it, we have blurry background, focused image. Detail of it, you have everything is in focus, everything is sharp, everything can see the door, you can see everything, everything is in sharp. So that means people that snap all this architectural building, people that do landscape photography, that's good that you can take a city view, you can take an area view. Imagine that person is not using, is not targeting shaded of it. You know, it's the person you use, right? Because what they want to see, you've already blurred it out, right? So most times our phone, they are used for, they are targeted towards a deep depth of it. That's why you snap picture with your phone. And somebody that is drinking yogurt, one far place will be showing your picture. Those drinking beer. You know, and that's what people are running towards iPhone that time because you get the opportunity to snap picture and somebody that's drinking yogurt behind them is blurred out. She na iPhone. Man, is a lie. It's the shadow of it that they are using to. You get the point now. That's why you see phone that they have that kind of shadow of his stuff. People tend to like them. Camera makes sense. So and the lights when there is sun is your ISO. Do you get? That's why when you snap picture of iPhone where there's no light in that one something, it won't come out like when there is ambience. The ambience will help it plus the aperture, the shadow of it, sweet. Do you get now? And it's very good for portrait. That is people. But for landscape, oh, all the whole bush, everything I don't see is blurred out. It don't make sense. Do you get? Now, when you have high aperture, you have more deep depth of it. So this is what more aperture. I already talked about how the focal length affects. You know, the focal length affects it. When you zoom in, you have shallow. When you zoom out, you have deep. Right? I've already explained that the one for that. Less aperture. Now, now, ah, okay. Do you get to this point now? Less aperture, shallow depth of field, more aperture, more deep depth of field. Now I think we cannot go to the last one, which is shutter speed. Okay. But I think let me settle this guy as he's coming up. I want to transfer money from you. So let me stop the recording. Yeah, the NEPA guy. Everybody compressing the So and now my phone is dead.